welcome to our live session. I'm Dr. Tushar.
And I'm Dr. Rahul.
And today we are going to discuss about frozen shoulder.
Frozen shoulder is a condition which is also called as periarthritis, adhesive capsulitis, and frozen shoulder.
And occurs when ligaments around the shoulder joint become stiff. So the inflammation of the tissue can make normal healing hard and result in your shoulder being so stiff that everyday activities become troublesome, and so you'll feel the pain in doing your daily activities.
Frozen shoulder is a condition where the shoulder is painful, very painful, and the limited range of motion occurs, and some movements which is like your hand going back of the pocket, so it is painful, and all the movements of the shoulder is painful.
So basically the symptoms of frozen shoulders are basically you feel the pain and the stiffness in and around the shoulder. Sometimes it may radiate to the arm also, to the mid of the arm, and basically all the movements become restricted. So the movement which get restricted more first is we call it lateral rotation.
Yes.
Lateral rotation get restricted. Then after that your abduction, like sideways lifting the arm, is get restricted, and then the forward flexion. The basic symptom of this is you are not able to scratch your back. If you think so,
in frozen shoulder, as Dr. Tushar said, pain and stiffness are the more common symptoms, and these are the very vary each person to person. If you have pain in shoulder, then it become a frozen shoulder if your injury is recent and you delayed for treatment.
Exactly. And it is not fully understood why frozen shoulder occurs. So as one person's severity differs from the other person, so other health condition, what could be the
other health condition the major condition in today's life is diabetes, heart diseases, and stroke. Sometimes it seems in thyroid also. If you have any recent surgery in shoulder or any injury, sports injury, then it is the more chances of frozen shoulder.
Yes, basically it's a post-traumatic thing. If a person let it in the sling for a timing, for a month or 2 months, yes, so it's become more prone to frozen.
Yeah,
it's become frozen shoulder.
Yeah. It is normally it is seen in age between 40 to 60-year-old, and female are more prone to have frozen shoulder. It is not a compulsory only female are prone to frozen shoulder. It is also male.
But prevalence is more is in the female, because I guess the hormonal changes are more in the female thing.
And one more thing, which all these peoples are nowadays there is lack of mobility, and there is lack of shoulder range of motions and altered arm mobility, so it may be further,
and sometimes it mimics it is of periarthritis, rotator cuff tendinitis, or some inflammation, impingement. So one have to be very careful whether it is a frozen shoulder, it is due to the age, or it is due to the injury. So one has to be very clear about it.
It is also sometimes seen in our rotator cuff muscles in supraspinatus or infraspinatus is going age relating changes, and it occurs in a little bit calcification, and the latter stage it converts into frozen shoulder.
Okay, many of the patients have asked me why it is more common in diabetes. So the reason is glycosylation. So what happens in that is, if a sugar molecule attached to your collagen fibers, so it become very sticky, so your capsule become restricted, so it may restrict your further range of the shoulder.
Yeah, if your sugar level is very important in frozen shoulder, because we see lots of the patient in frozen shoulder which have sugar, and if you have not controlled sugar, then the frozen shoulder is very painful. So you have to control your sugar level. If your sugar level, and the treatment is decided to your sugar control. If your sugar control is normal, then your frozen shoulder is become
Yes,
recovering
your
very fast.
your rehab is
Yeah.
like will progress. Your rehab part will get like you'll get much more better in early stages. So right, we have three stages in frozen
Yeah,
shoulder.
yeah.
Like stage one is freezing, stage two is frozen, and stage three is toning. So Dr.
Stage frozen shoulder depend upon the, if we have some problem in early stages, then it calls freezing stage. It may occur 6 weeks to 10 month 9 months, and second stage is frozen, that takes
4 weeks to
4 months to
4 months to
12 months, and last stage is called thawing stage. It may occur 1 year to many years also, it may be.
So one is very should good know to like what is how we diagnose it, whether it is a frozen shoulder or what. So if you feel any persistent pain in your shoulder, especially if this when is your shoulder range is limited, so that can be like a frozen shoulder. So we can go through like physical examination. You can get it done by physiotherapy or an orthopedician. You can get an X-ray done. So from the X-ray also we can like get to know whether it's a frozen shoulder, because in X-ray what we can see is like quite shrug is over there in the humeral joint.
Then we come to the diagnosis point of view. So the limited range of motion and history of trauma, anything, then you can check give the diagnosis for frozen shoulder.
Exactly. So you will be asked about your symptoms, including their severity when they started, and if you have any other health condition, a blood test may be conducted to rule out other possible health conditions, whether there is like secondary frozen shoulder is not there. So we rule out like we can get it done like rheumatoid arthritis, whether it is from rheumatoid arthritis or some other conditions involved into it. So if your frozen shoulder like cannot be identified from symptoms alone, we can go through an X-ray or MRI or CT scan that can be conducted.
Yes. Frozen shoulder, in X-ray there is a little bit shifting of the humeral head, so you can see the rotator cuff muscles and everything in MRI also.
Okay, so can we have like one question if there is?
There's one in the Instagram.
Okay. Not able to see what's written over there.
So it's written that can frozen shoulder be improved with physiotherapy, or does it need medicines?
In early stages, the frozen shoulder need medicine if there is a lot of pain, and as early pain subside, then we can go for physiotherapy for range of motion.
Yes, exactly. So, Dr. Rahul, I would request you to introduce some sort of exercises to our
Okay.
population. So, thank you. So let's start with the pendulum basic exercises.
Okay.
So in this exercises, you can make like a forward flexion. You have to just leave it relax so that it can swing. So this would be like in a pain-free range of motion. The second would be like you can do this abduction kind. This way, this will also open up your frozen shoulder. Help to is in the range of motion. And the other way is like you can make a circle clockwise and anti-clockwise. Now make it anti-clockwise also. Yes. So these are the pendulum exercises. This can be given in the initial stages of like frozen shoulder when the person is not able to like lift the range and lift the arm properly. So let's start with the next exercises. Next exercise is like wand exercises, in which we take a like rod or something and we ask the patient to like lift up as much as possible. Yes, and comfortably come back down again. So let's do once again. Yes, this like you have to take it up as much as possible and then coming back down. So now next is this was the forward flexion. now will lead to the side flexion, sideway abduction, sideways. Suppose he is having a problem in the right shoulder, so he hold it and the rod in both the arms and take it towards the right side. Yes. So this was for the like sideways to improve the side movement. So now he will introduce how to improve the internal rotation when the patient is not able to like scratch his back. So Dr. Al, I would like request you to turn around so that the patient can see. Yes. So this will also help the internal rotation. Yes. The other way of improving the rotation is like bending your elbow like this. You have to close it in approximate and then take it as much as high as possible. Yes. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Rahul. And these were the like band exercises. So other than this, so what you can do is for in the initial stages, so we can use the finger ladder, right? So for the finger ladder, one should do this way. To improve the front range, one has to stand properly straight. Yes, as the range approximates, so one has to step forward and go further, go further, go further. Yes. So come back and keep it in mind that while you are coming back, don't just go down this way, otherwise it will lead to pain. Same way you can do it for the side flexion, sideways. You are standing sideways. Yes. Go further. Go towards the ladder. Yes. This way also you can do. Yes. In the last you can stretch it out so that it will also help to increase your range. Right. If you don't have the finger ladder, so what you can do is, thank you, Dr. Rahul. If you don't have finger ladder, like we are like you just showed on the finger ladder. If you don't have, just you can take a wall support. Then also you can do it. Right. So next is we'll tell you how to do the pulley. Yes. So yes, keep your elbow straight. Okay. Suppose he is having a problem in the left shoulder. So yes, with the right arm he will like push down and lift his left arm up. Okay, this way. Okay, the same way you will do for the sideways. Okay, and then again. Suppose he's having a problem in the left shoulder, so with the right one, he'll push down and automatically left raises. So this way also you can do this thing. Right. So the simple thing other than this is like what you can do is like without assistance also you can like raise your arm as much as possible, like, and the other way is like you are raising arm and clapping over here and raise sideways also and then clap over the head. So this is your guidance, like you have to clap further, clap over the head, take it and keep it in mind that you're like while lifting up, the arm should be near to the ear. Not like this, it should be near to the ear. Yeah. So other than this, let's move on to the stretches. What stretches you can do is, so while sitting, Dr. Rahul, this could work?
Yeah. This stretch, this is for your pectoral muscles. And in frozen shoulder, pectoral muscles are very tight, so you have to stretch actively.
Yes.
So just, you have to hold your head like this, and you have to
open your like you are
chest.
opening your chest. So this way you can hold it for 30 seconds, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 30 seconds and 3 repetitions you can do it. Okay. So this way you can do. So other than this,
and you have to do one capsular stretch also. And you can sit like this and hold your elbow and pull it towards your opposite shoulder. So you can feel a stretch over here.
Exactly.
Hold for 30 seconds and 3 repetitions. Okay.
Yes. So other than this, what you can do is, so I'll tell you one sleeper stretch also. So in the sleeper stretch, what you need to do is
You have to lie down on the side,
affected side exactly.
and bend your elbow at 90 degree, and then bend your forearm down towards the couch as much as you can. You have to hold for 30 seconds. Where maximum stretch is feel, you have to hold 30 seconds. Hold and relax. Hold for 30 seconds here and relax. 30 seconds here and relax.
Yes, this you can do. So let's move to the mobilization part. What do you say, Dr. Rahul?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, sure. So,
I'm like,
he will lie down.
yeah.
Hmm. So you just lie down straight. See. You do. Okay. So suppose he is having a problem with the frozen shoulder. So he's doing the traction, right? He's distracting the joint, and now he's giving the PA glide to improve the flexion range, to improve the like forward movement range. Yes.
Now, that side.
Yes, sir.
Relax. Then other glide is for
Improving the sideways,
afflection,
side movement. Side movement. Now he's showing to improve the side movement.
You can do like this also. Sit down.
So this was about the mobilization, how to like improve your range. So we'll keep the glides according to the like mobilization grade. Though we have like 5 grades, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. According to the pain of the patient, we give the grade accordingly, like grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, grade 4, and the grade 5th is high velocity thrust. So that we can give it in the later stages when the pain is not that much. So Dr. Rahul will gonna perform the high velocity thrust on his right shoulder.
Relax. Relax.
So this is the grade 5. Yes.
Relax.
So this is grade 5. This is the high velocity thrust when the patient, the action has performed before the patient says something. So this is the high velocity thrust. So let's move to the other exercises.
It is very common to a frozen shoulder. There is a neck stiffness also. So you have to check your upper back neck muscle also if you are doing for rehab for frozen shoulder.
Okay, so Dr. Rahul, I would suggest like people are waiting to answer their questions.
Okay.
So let's start giving their answer for the questions. Yes.
One of a question, can
Over gymming leads
to a frozen shoulder?
I would like to like some lighten this thing. Can over gymming leads to frozen shoulder? I guess over gymming cannot lead to the frozen shoulder, but it could be the secondary one. Like over gymming, if you do the heavy workout and overhead activities, that leads to impingement. And after a period of time, that impingement causes the pain, and then in later stage it may lead to the frozen shoulder. So
yeah.
let's
The next question.
We have a question on Instagram as well.
Okay.
I'm not able to sleep or on one side in frozen shoulder.
Okay, so it's written on the right side, I guess. So I guess you are having the pain in the right side more. So what happens is like it's already inflamed. When your shoulder is already inflamed and you do the activity or you lean on that shoulder, so the inflammation increases. So that's why it becomes very like painful and difficult to like lean on that shoulder and sleep on that shoulder.
There is one.
There is one question: is frozen shoulder caused by muscle issue or a nerve issue? As we talk about the frozen shoulder is a capsular problem. It is a inflammation of the capsule of the joint. Capsule, which is also called as a ligament around the joint. So it is not a muscle issue, not a nerve issue.
So yes, it is a capsular issue and it is not a muscular and like a nerve issue. But in later stages, what I have seen from my experience, and I guess you have also seen,
Yeah.
Dr. Rahul, what happens is like when you have the frozen shoulder in the later stages, and if you don't get the treatment and get the rehab properly, the muscle wasting gets started.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Muscle wasting gets started, and then muscle like muscle weight become down, and you are not able to like lift the shoulder properly. So when you come to the rehab thing, तो वो काफी late already हो चुका होता है, muscle wasting हो चुकी होती है, तो फिर that takes longer time to like gain your muscle strength back.
Yeah, yeah. In frozen shoulder, the movement, the treatment protocol is depend upon your pain and your range of motion restriction. So in frozen shoulder, we first prefer your relieving the pain, and then we focus on your range of motion. So in pain control, we have using some modalities, electrotherapy and dry needling, cupping therapy, and shockwave therapy also. And in behalf of stretching exercise, range of motion exercise, we used to give mobilization, myofascial release, and stretching exercise.
Yes, so what we have seen now, Dr. Rahul, because yes, you are right that we have to give myofascial release also, because what we have seen nowadays, like a patient, whenever you have a pain, whether it's a frozen shoulder or something else, you are not able to move that arm or that part properly. So what is your tendency is to keep it in a contracted phase. So suppose you have a pain in the right shoulder. So what you do is you will not move freely. You will keep it like this. So what happens, and over a period of time,
This is one of the causes of frozen shoulder.
yes, what happens over a period of time, like your whole muscles, your this underarm muscles, your subscapularis, all over the joint muscles get stiff.
Yeah.
So till the time you won't release your this muscular thing,
Yeah.
so the joint also, the joint thing, the bony thing don't get open up easily.
Yeah.
So we have like different various treatment while opening up the like joints and the soft tissue. Like we use the dry needling, cupping, myofascial release, manually we do, and we have like in advanced thing we have the shockwave therapy also. We do that shockwave thing.
Okay, so in frozen shoulder, there is a lot of joints around the shoulder. So all these joints are affected. So you have to focus on secondary joints which are involved in frozen shoulder. So you have to mobilize scapula also, neck also, and mid bag also. So in frozen
So
shoulder,
okay, Dr. Rahul, if you said about this that you want to like mobilize scapula, so can you give the demo how
yes,
to
yes,
mobilize
yes,
the
yes,
scapula?
yes.
So Vishal, would you please be on the bed once again? So please
Yes, sir.
here that side. So now Dr. Rahul is demonstrating how to mobilize the scapula. As he said, that mobilizing the scapula also ease out your pain and improve your range.
Relax. Relax. You have to hold scapula and then feel the lower angle of scapula and then move upwards and downwards. This.
Okay. This is superior inferior glide of the scapula. And I guess this is mediolateral. Yes, mediolateral. This will also help in improving the range and reducing the pain also. And Dr. Rahul, once you said that the mid-thoracic mobilization and the neck mobilization
Yes,
also
yes.
helps in improving the range. So would you please give us a demo? Yes.
Bend down, little bit back. Right.
Okay, I'll do it. I'll do it. Yeah, this Is this fine?
Little bit more. Relax.
Okay.
Relax.
That's nice. Good. Good. So you are doing manipulation of the mid back.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So, Dr. Rahul, before you lead to the neck area, neck region, I would introduce something like for the neck thing. Neck also gets involved in the frozen shoulder. The reason being is when you have the frozen shoulder, what the patient has tendency to keep it shrugged. So what happens like when the patient or the people like keep it shrugged, your neck muscles over this trapezius, SCM get constricted in a like contracted phase, so ये भी tight हो जाता है. So we need to like mobilize the neck also, and we have to like release the neck muscles also.
Yeah.
So Dr. Rahul, how will you do that?
I'm doing first mobilization, manipulation of neck.
Okay.
I do this side. It's straight. Relax.
15, 16, 17, 18, 19,
Oh, that's good.
20.
Right.
Done.
Thank you, Dr. Rahul. Thank you. So let's have some other questions. So one has said, "Hello, doctor. Can be a tear in the ligament lead to frozen shoulder?" Yes, definitely, but it is again secondary, as we said that it's a post-traumatic thing. So, अगर ligament में injury हुई है, so it is like there is some reason that ligament injured. So one has to keep it in the sling for a time being, and then it may become the stiff.
While
So-
doing exercises and after exercises also means to continue exercises and to or wait to subside the pain and continue or work through the pain. You have to first consult your doctor and you have to check your shoulder. So first you have to go to the doctor and show it to your shoulder.
Do we
There's
have
one more.
another questions on Instagram also?
There's one question.
Yes, please.
How do we mobilize for frozen shoulder? How can we mobilize for frozen?
Okay. So we have already explained that how to. Dr. Rahul has explained very well that how to mobilize the frozen shoulder.
Is
Like
there
how,
a way to self-mobilize?
to
the shoulder?
for the self mobilization, what you can do is like so what you can do is I'm demonstrating you. So what you can do is what happens in the frozen shoulder. Usually the shoulder becomes like stoop, right? So if you lift up in this stoop posture, so it becomes more painful. So what you need to do is like you have to stabilize your scapula. You have to stabilize your shoulder blade with the chair. So and you have to push it back, right? And you have to push it back. So it becomes like your shoulder become more aligned. So it will help you to like lift your shoulders more comfortably. And what you need to do is one more thing, when you are lifting it sideways, so whenever you reach around 90 degree, then you have to palm facing up. You have to face the palm towards the ceiling and then move further. So it will again ease your this shoulder range.
Can you do that again? Can you do that again, please?
Which one?
The last one.
Okay, so so the thing is, कि whenever like what happens like in the frozen shoulder, your shoulder becomes stoop, and so what you need to do is like you have to stabilize your shoulder blade against the chair, and what next to do is like you have to push the glenohumeral like humeral head back, and then you have to lift the shoulder up. And keep it in mind that whenever you are lifting the shoulder up, like face the palm up beyond 90 degree, then only you need to go beyond 90. Okay, the same way, this and forward flexion. So this way you can do.
This one.
Which one?
This one. Top. This one.
Okay, so next year is like if you want to improve the range and you don't have the wand or the rod, so what you can do is like, so suppose you have a problem in the right shoulder, so what you can do is, like,
Your affected arm is right. This one. So you have to pull this hand up so that your hand is going up. This.
stretch.
Okay. Relax.
Lean.
Thank you. Do we have some other questions?
We have on Facebook, Instagram.
What exactly frozen shoulder exactly? How would I know if I am suffering from frozen shoulder? In frozen shoulder, as we said, all the movements of the shoulder are painful, and your arm is not going beyond your pocket, back pocket, and all the movement of the shoulder is painful. Flexion, abduction, side bending, everything.
Okay, there's one more question is over there. Like while doing exercises and after exercises also means to continue exercises or to wait to subside the pain. I guess he wants to ask whether to do the exercises if there is pain also, and if there is not pain, like if there is pain or not, whether to do continue with the exercises or not, or he wants or should one should wait to subside the pain and then continue with the exercises. So I would suggest that if you are having pain, first you need to consult a physio or a orthopedician, and then otherwise you need to modify your exercises. You have to skip the heavy weightlifting or the overhead movements, and again I would suggest that you need to consult an orthopedician or a physiotherapist,
Yeah.
to get proper treatment.
Yeah.
Exactly. Do we have another?
How much the time can get?
How much time can we get rid of pain in frozen shoulder? You mean to ask how much time it will take to cure the frozen shoulder? What is your opinion about it,
It
Dr. Rahul?
depends. It depends upon your other medical history also. So as we talk about the diabetes, if you control diabetes, then it will take 2 year to 3 year, 1 year to 2 year. If you're non-control, then it may take 3 year also. So it all depends upon your. If you are not diabetic, then your recovery time is
Like,
one and a half
yes,
year.
and if you are consistent with your exercises, I guess it will get if you are consistent with your exercise, and if you are like a work freak or like a exercise freak, then it make your earlier also.
It
like,
depends upon your stages where
Exactly.
you diagnose your problem, frozen shoulder. If your diagnosis in early stages, then it may take 6 months to 3 months, 2 months also.
Yes, exactly.
There's one more question.
Yes,
Does
please.
injection in frozen shoulder help to
Okay,
recover
Dr. Rahul,
faster?
what you will say about it?
If you have lots of pain and you can't do exercises and you can't do stretches, then you should take an injection. Otherwise, if you bear with pain control or painkillers and do your exercise, then you can. And other question also.
I think from Instagram said this is for now. Let's check the Facebook.
Case pain while mobilizing and after the exercises. Okay, there is one more question. I mean, what he said is, what is written. I mean, diagnosed and confirmed frozen shoulder case pain while mobilizing and after the exercises also means to give rest to shoulder or continue exercises by telling that pain will subside after some days only. Yes, definitely you have to continue with your exercises, and if you are diagnosed with a frozen shoulder, then and if you have pain also, because there are stages where it's pain and in the range and exercises goes in hand. So you have to continue with your exercises, but if you are having the more pain, so you can skip it for 1 or 2 days. You can move to the electrotherapy, like ultrasound, the myofascial release thing, or the IFT TENS. Like that way you can switch to the treatment.
Yes, yes.
Dr.
Next
Rao, I
question.
have one question for you.
Yes.
There are patients who say that exercise is causing more pain.
Yeah.
So what do you have to tell about that to them?
If
Like the moment they start moving, they start having pain. So why is it so?
first we focused on his pain, so we can give some medicines and we can give some electrotherapy modalities also. So we subside his pain,
Yeah.
and then we focused on exercises.
Because some patients are more sensitive.
Yeah, some patients are
Compared
more,
to
yeah,
others.
definitely.
Yeah.
But our main focus are pain. So we have to control first pain and then limited range of motion.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, do we have another questions or?
I think that's it.
Okay, so thank you so much for watching our session. For further queries, you can always post your questions in the comment box, or you can drop in personal message. Our FB page is A+OSM, Orthopedician and Sports Medicine, and our Insta handle is AOSM_India. Website is
Awesome.
AOSM.in. Thank you.
Thank you.